A couple years ago, one young woman, Treasure, appeared on his show saying how she hates African Americans despite being African American herself.
So we have issues around culture, we have issues around class, we have issues around racial identity, and we have issues around self-esteem.
I ask you, what is it that you're so upset with yourself about? Why are you so angry?
I don't take hood rat serious at all. So I'm not gonna even pay her any mind. If I've been white since the day I've been born, then I'm still white now, and I will be white every day I wake up. Most definitely. There's nothing out here that can change my opinion, not some hood rat telling me you don't know what you're talking about, or not you, Dr. Phil.
Clips of this went viral because, hey, we all love to hate on stupid people, and this is one of the few times on the internet we can really unite and come together when there's someone so obviously and plainly wrong.
That's the problem with y'all. Y'all only are watching this content to feel good. You don't really care about racism or self-hate or any of that stuff. You're only here to make yourself feel good and to feel intelligent because you see somebody else that you think is dumb, and attacking that person or making fun of that person reinforces that feeling of objectivity and intelligence. That's how you get around. That's how y'all basically make yourselves, feel good at night and go to sleep. You know what this reminds me of? You know what type of content that person just reminded me of?
Hey Voodoo, run that shit up.
Oh, I do care. Now, if you really do care, how come your voting decisions does not reflect that? How come the people that you watch does not reflect that? How come you are ignorant on the reality that a lot of people like me face and people that look like me face? How come the people that are on the top and representing us are not even our own? It's the people that look like you. So when you're talking about how you are a person that cares, look what you're engaging in. Look at the content and the type of media that you engage in. Look at what you reinforce. This content was not for us. This content is for you to feel better about yourself and to attack people who are explicitly racist, because by doing so, you don't feel like you're racist. Summary, this content was made to keep you comfortable.
And as we've seen from the reality TV show episode, we don't even know if this is true. And honestly, after doing my research for that episode, I don't know. I'm even wondering if this is just made up for TV. Like, it just feels so bizarre that it can't be true, right? And I can't understate how much Treasure claimed to hate her own race. She called other African Americans monkeys, said they belonged in zoos, and far worse things too that I honestly, I don't think I really feel comfortable repeating. However, there's been debate if Treasure should have even been given a platform. Not because of her polarizing views, but because of the exact thing that I worried about. Because it's fake. Nina Richards, Treasure's sister, spoke up against the show. In an exclusive with Essence, Nina is now speaking out against the lies her family purported on Dr. Phil's show, and how Treasure and her mother only appeared on the show for the free trip and to become a meme. I knew they were going to LA, but I didn't know what it was about, Nina said when asked if she knew about their Dr. Phil appearance. They told us they weren't allowed to say what the show was about. I thought it was something she actually did in her real life. When it comes to Treasure's appearance on Dr. Phil, it definitely wasn't something the 16-year-old orchestrated on her own. Nina says her mother wanted the free trip and her brother was basically along for the ride. But what pisses Nina off even more is that her deceased father's name and reputation was ruined. William Richards, who was a white man, died in 2006 and had his photos shown on national television. Monique, Treasure's mom, apparently lied about the fact that Treasure never knew he wasn't her biological father. According to Nina, her siblings always knew he wasn't their biological father, but he was the one who raised them. They disgraced my dad, who I love dearly. I haven't spoken to my mom since the episode aired. My mom and I have had a relationship very rocky because she's done a lot of evil stuff. And what else is fake, according to Nina? The fact that Treasure hates anything that has to do with black people. If you take a look at Treasure's Facebook page, you can clearly see she has black friends and even wrote about supporting Black Lives Matter. And guess who else might have known about Treasure and her family being a fraud? An unnamed producer of Dr. Phil's show who left a comment on a now-deleted Facebook post. It's a disgrace to our family and our race. Dr. Phil's people did not care. They wanted to spin this narrative. My mom raised me to be a proud black woman, and the love of black culture was always there. Nina says more on the topic that Treasure knew her father, she was aware of his race, which was also lied about on the show, and how she believes the show's producers themselves are racist for promoting this narrative when it was so obviously fake. And if Nina's telling the truth, then what the fuck is wrong with Dr. Phil's people?
You are on fire with this girl Treasure that you had on the show that is a black girl who says that she's white.
Now, Charlamagne gave a donkey today. Have you ever heard donkey today?
Do you even remember who that is, Dr. Phil?
I do remember this Treasure girl.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. She drove me crazy.
Did you believe anything that was coming out of her mouth?
You know, when you get somebody that is that radical, the first thing you do is think, is this a put on?
Right.
But before we have somebody on, we do a deep dive on these people before they ever get on. And this mother was desperate. And what happened is this girl was adopted, and her mother did not tell her. Her father was a white guy. Her stepfather was a white guy. He died, and when he died, Mom said, "Oh, by the way, that was your stepdad. You're not biracial. Your real dad is black."
I want people to understand this. There are white people that will come to our defense and advocate for our interests, but that does not mean that those white people are our allies. There are people that will capitalize and exploit black issues for their personal gain. There's a reason why we will still be on the bottom while everyone around us will defend us and say that Black Lives Matter. There is a reason for that, because it was never about us, and they don't really truly support us, but they like the benefits that they can gain by supporting us and by being someone that says they care about us. The truth of all of this is that white people supporting black people is just white people empowering themselves. People to understand that Dr. Phil looks really good, he looks smart, he looks intelligent, but the black girl looks stupid, she looks ridiculous, her family, it's embarrassing for them to appear on TV with this sort of thing. I want people to understand that for the people involved, the mom is broke. She is broke. Dr. Phil makes millions or billions. Now, they may have gotten that money probably from that appearance on TV. But what happened after? Dr. Phil is still making all the money he's making. But these people are not necessarily still making that amount. This is how white people will exploit black people for their own financial gain. Despite the fact that some black people may try to utilize that platform for their financial gain, white people will still get the most of those benefits at the end of the day.
She is black, and none of this stuff happened from the age of 5 on to now. Like they said, that none of this is true. And to even add more tea, her sister got on Instagram. I think her name is Kimberly.
Because she wanted to go to an all expenses paid trip to California. My mom's used to live in a certain lifestyle. She hasn't lived that lifestyle in years. She lost all of her money. It's broke. So, she wanted to get this last hurrah in. Were you invited to go on the show? Definitely not, because I didn't even know what it was about. I didn't know. I was asking them when they told us that they were going to go, what are you guys going to go for? I'm thinking it's going to be for some real shit. Treasure is banned from every CVS in America. She's a middle school dropout. Such a hood rat. Sold fake hair online for high prices. Delivered fake weaves to people's home, but deliver weave to people's home that was like bullshit quality dollar store hair.
Dr. Phil, Treasure, and Treasure's mom.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail. Period.